Right then, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Carlos Baleba, because throughout the back end of last season and across the entirety of the summer, he was seen as the one, the unicorn, the midfielder, perhaps the heir to N'Golo Kante's throne as the energetic destroyer, anchorman midfielder that could do it all. But since the start of the 25-26 season, he's had a very challenging campaign. Now, he was signed by Brighton from Lille in 2023 as a long-term successor to Moisés Caicedo, and he impressed. His debut season delivered strong defensive metrics. There was high duel winning rates, there was high ball recoveries, and his composure began to grow on the ball, to the point where most considered him a very complete midfielder. And that's why you were seeing £100 million price comparisons. This season, his form has been decimated. And it's raised questions about his mental resilience and his immediate value. And perhaps even looking back with hindsight saying, actually, Manchester United might have got away with one here. Now, after 7 appearances this season in the Premier League, his average playing time has dropped to just 50 minutes per game, despite starting 5 of those matches. So what's been going on with him? Defensive output. Now, he's averaging 3.2 tackles and interceptions per 90 minutes. That's down from 4.8. He's winning only 52% of his ground duels, whereas he was previously winning 65% of his ground duels. Show that he's maybe struggling a little bit and often caught out of position. Compared to last season, it is a sharp decline. Last year, he ranked in the top 10% of all Premier League midfielders for those actions. We're not even looking where he is right now. In terms of his passing and his progression, like I said, after his first season, last season, we saw a real step up in terms of his ball playing ability. This season, his pass completion, 82%. That's down from 89%. Only 1 progressive pass per 90, down from 3.2. Far fewer carries into the final third. More turnovers are happening in dangerous areas. He is less effective as a transition player. And Brighton's build-up play is suffering because of these things. Every week feels like another headline. UK bank, supermarket, or even an NHS partner gets hit with a cyber attack. Just recently, millions of customer details were exposed through phishing scams and leaked databases. Even huge companies that have entire IT teams can get breached. What chance do we have as everyday users when we're entering our details onto sites, streaming links, or even using a public Wi-Fi? That's why I use Surfshark VPN. They're today's sponsor. They are a long-term partner of mine, and Surfshark encrypts everything that you do online and hides your location. So hackers, scammers, or even your internet provider can't spy on you. And right now you can get 4 months extra for free at surfshark.com/Howson, or by using my code Howson, that is HOWSON. And here's what you get with Surfshark. You get a clean web to automatically block malicious ads, pop-ups, and trackers. You get bank level encryption to keep passwords, banking info, and private chats secure. You get coverage for unlimited devices on one account. Your laptop, your phone, your tablet, even your smart telly can all be covered. So whether you are just checking out the transfer gossip, whether you're buying tickets, or whether you're just browsing on the go, Surfshark gives you the peace of mind, and the headlines won't. And don't wait to read about the next data leak. Protect yourself now, and it's 4 months extra for free at surfshark.com/Howson, or enter the code Howson at checkout. His discipline and his error have worsened. 1.1 fouls per 90. That's up from 0.7. He's involved in 2 errors leading to shots on goal. This is a monumental slip. This isn't just like, oh, he's had a couple of bad games, maybe he's not quite out the races. This is a different player to the one that we saw last season. If he played for Manchester United and this was a bigger club like a Real Madrid coming in for him, because of the scrutiny that happens at Manchester United, people will be going, he's had his head turned. He can't cope with it. He doesn't want to be here anymore. So what's going on? What is actually happening with Carlos Baleba? Brighton manager Howson has publicly addressed the slump. He came out at the back end of September, and he attributed it partially to the psychological toll of the bid that came in for him from Manchester United. He said, for sure, when a boy reads out there is interest from Manchester United with a big offer, it might affect him deep down. And he said this has fueled speculation of those head-turned narratives. Baleba has appeared distracted and less aggressive. Recent international duty with Cameroon shown flickers of a recovery, but club and country form are completely inconsistent. Baleba's slide has been stark when benchmarked against a couple of the other midfielders that Manchester United have been linked with. Elliot Anderson, whose stock is on the rise, and Adam Wharton, who appears to be just keeping a bit of a consistent pace. Two other young Premier League midfielders that have got similar profiles and might fit in the system that we are trying to play. All three were on United's radar for 2026. Baleba's struggles have maybe flipped the hierarchy. Anderson's breakout has made him possibly the most attainable and complete option. Wharton's steady consistency probably keep him in the number 2 position. And Baleba's slide has seen him maybe look like more of the high-risk gamble than he was 4 months ago. When we look at the tackles and interceptions, when we look at the minutes, actually, when you look at minutes per game, both Wharton and Anderson are over 500. Wharton 510, Anderson 580, with Baleba only playing 320. Tackles and interceptions, Anderson is leading with 4.1, Wharton second with 3.8, Baleba bringing up the rear with 3.2. Percentage of ground duels won, again, Baleba is the lowest. Wharton is in second, and Anderson there with 61. Progressive passes, just the one from Baleba. This time, Wharton is winning with 3.1, Anderson with 3.2. Pass completion, 91% for Wharton, 88 for Anderson, 82 as we previously said for Baleba. Key passes, Anderson is back in the lead with 1.2, Wharton's got 1, Baleba now looking at 0.4. Goals and assists this season, none for Baleba, just the 1 assist for Wharton, 2 assists and 1 goal for Anderson. The valuation that's been placed on Anderson compared to both Baleba and Wharton show that he is a serious candidate. He has exploded into this midfield warrior this season. He's been integral to what Nottingham Forest have been doing. And he's blending real defensive bite. He's in the top 15% for tackles won, with progressive ball carrying, but also passing. His England call-ups, where he was probably the standout player against Serbia. The Europa League heroics have really boosted his stock. The likes of Paul Scholes onto him, calling him better than Declan Rice for his all-action style. And if United were to dip into him in January, 40-50 million is supposedly the price. Honestly, what we're seeing right now, I think that's an absolute bargain. Adam Wharton, perhaps someone that's got a longer tail coming into this. At Palace, Wharton's deep-line playmaking anchor style was a big part of their FA Cup run last season and potentially their FA Cup defence this season. He is elite when it comes to his passing and his duels. 85% duel win rate is fantastic in his recent games. And he's a big part of what Crystal Palace do. There's been comparisons made that he is like a diet version of Rodri. And I see where people are coming with that one. United view him as someone that could partner Bruno Fernandes, apparently. And with a bid planned for summer next year, 60 to 70 million is the talked about price. Palace's reluctance would mirror Brighton's last season for Baleba. I think on the current form, I think going in for Anderson would probably represent the best value Manchester United could go for. He is a serious footballer and one with a probable high ceiling, and his low value. I think United should strike before we get into the end of the season, seeing if he goes to the World Cup, puts in a performance and adds another 20-25 million to his price, because he absolutely could do. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Has Baleba's head been turned? Can he turn this form around? What does it say about him if his form was affected in this manner? Could he handle playing for someone like Manchester United? And how would the others be able to cope if they were linked and if they were bought? Do you think there's a worry with any of them? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.